through the internet and technology, in some cases even better than mom and dad. So how can we monitor what our little ones are being exposed to when going online? Well, the Maker's Place offers free family workshops, and this week's topic highlights exactly that. Here to tell us more, we have Leslie Bosserman from the Maker's Place and technology educator Stacy Taylor-Sema. Great to have you guys here. We're just talking off camera because I'm feeling overwhelmed at this point as a parent with all the technology, the internet. I have a 10-year-old. She's living in it every day, and I want to make sure she's navigating it safely. But why is it important that we monitor our children's access on the internet?
Sure. So as you know, the internet has totally changed our way of life. And, it's changed the way we do our banking, talk to our friends and family. And while it's doing so many things to make the world a better place, there's also a darker side of the internet that has more malicious intent. And so I think we need to think about protecting our kids online in the same way we think about protecting them in a parking lot. And by teaching them the risks and how to build good habits, we're setting them up for a future of success where the internet's going to be a huge part of almost everything they do.
Totally.
Yeah, and I mean, Leslie, are you feeling overwhelmed as well as all of us?
Well,
here
with a
this?
2 and a 4-year-old, it's like they're just starting to use screens and noticing my use of screens. And so Stacy's she's coached us at the Maker's Place, and I'm like, we need to put a workshop together.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, we've been on here talking about family workshops, everything from first aid and safety to understanding behavior to positive discipline. And this is such a natural piece of the puzzle in our cyber-connected community.
And in my opinion, this is one of the most important parts of parenting this day and age, because this isn't something that we can reference other generations for guidance and help on. This is all new.
We're
I can't go to my
groundbreakers.
mom and go, I can't go to my mom and go, Mom, when I was a kid, what did you do? Oh, wait, the internet didn't exist. Never mind, right? And so this, to me, is such an important topic. And I know we were also just talking, Stacy, about protecting our kids. How do we do this? And myself, we have parental controls on things, but still my daughter is exposed. And I felt so relieved when you were telling me it's also about them learning how to protect themselves, right? And that open line of communication.
Yeah. So there are a lot of parental controls that are built into a lot of the different devices that our kids are using. On your tablets, on your phones, there's really easy parental controls that we can enable. And then you can even get more granular and enable those controls on the browsers and apps that they're using. But when it comes down to it, the filters aren't going to catch everything. And there's malicious apps and sites out there looking for those holes and
just
looking
like
to get
people,
in.
right?
Exactly.
You have to teach the stranger danger. Same thing with internet.
So it's super important that we foster this kind of open communication around what's happening online with our kids, so that if they do come across something that makes them feel uncomfortable, they know they can come to us and we'll help them report it or figure out how they should be handling that kind of information.
I love it. And that is such a great point, because then as a parent, I'll tell you what, just hearing that made me feel a lot more empowered. Because sometimes I feel like we can feel like we're drowning because there's just so many things that are happening that we feel are out of our control that we're just not as familiar with because we didn't grow up with it. So that I do understand. So thank you. And you are having a workshop, though, surrounding exactly this topic. When and where is this taking place?
So Wednesday evening, we're at the Maker's Place. It's 2618 X Street. Just a mile from here, right?
Yeah.
And in Sacramento. And you can go to makersplacesac.com. And it says events, and then under events, it has a drop down with all of our events. So we have family workshops. We also have our Parents' Night Out. We have a new Lead Wholehearted workshop. So just a lot of different things to check out.
A lot of amazing resources. And the workshops are free, right?
They are free,
Which is brilliant.
And they're 90 minutes. And so if you think about it this way, where can you go in Sacramento in a space with good coffee and good community for 90 minutes for free? And if you're like, I really want to go, but I have these beautiful children that I want to teach about the internet. We have childcare. So if you want to join us, we have on-site childcare for $10 a child for 90 minutes, and we still have space.
Great.
I think we have at least 5 or 6 spaces left. So we do need people to register by today, so we can confirm the spaces, confirm our caregivers.
Great.
So again, makersplacesac.com.
Perfect. Register by today. Go to makersplacesac.com. Ladies, thank you so much. Really appreciate everything that you do.
This interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.